Hey everyone, so I wanted to come here quick, make a little video about how to maneuver or manipulate through Canva. I am going to be using the desktop version. I don't generally use it on my phone. I'm kind of old school in that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a screen share and hopefully everything goes well. So bear with me for just a second while I get started. And yes, my desktop is a mess because I save everything to my desktop throughout my workday, and then once a week I go through and I wipe it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out all of this so there's no interruptions. Okay, so I'm gonna open Canva. I'm gonna go home. I do have a paid version of Canva, so some of the features I have may be different than you if you're using the free feature, like fonts and things like that. I am very simple. I don't do a lot of graphic design. I don't have any, background in it whatsoever. I just simply play around with Canva. So for me, some things might take a long time to complete versus somebody else who has a little bit more, I guess, knowledge with it. So we're gonna just hit create a design over here. And I'm sorry you can't see my mouse, like I don't have, a circle around it or anything like that. I couldn't figure out how to do that. It's something I'm gonna have to learn. So generally speaking, I do create a design. And then right here, this whole row is basically what create a design is. So depending on what you wanna do, you can select from all of these templates that are in here. To be honest with you, I use mostly two all of the time. I use a memo right here. I hope you can see my mouse, or a card. I did create a rack card, and that's here. And you can also type in here at the top, you can type in what you're looking for, and it will give you ideas and templates. Some of these are going to be free. Some of them will cost you money. And if you find one that you really, really like, and it's going to cost a few dollars, you can pay for that at the end of your design. Print the receipt, and you'll be able to do anything you want with it for 24 hours. If you go back and make changes to it again and don't save it to your computer, you're going to pay for it next time you want to use it. So just keep that in mind. So I don't want to do a rack card. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get back out of here. Let's go back. Let's see. We'll start with a card because that is what I generally use. Now, to be honest with you, this is what I start with almost every single time. Very, very few times do I look over here for a template. You can look through them all and see if there's something that, really speaks to you and you want to use, and you can certainly grab one of those. Again, some of these are free. When you hover over it, it'll say free, or you might see a dollar sign. But for today's purposes, we're going to start with a blank one. And I'm going to kind of show you something I was literally just working on. I'm not going to completely make it because I've already finished it, but I'll show you, I'm going to show you what it was first so that you have an idea of what it is I'm doing. So all of your designs will be kept in here. This was my latest design that I worked on specifically today because I like all of my marketing material to kind of mesh and go together. I'm not completed with it because I still need an image for right here. I just haven't found one that I love. But all in all, this gives you the idea of what it is that I'm working on. Now, this is not a hard concept at all. I get that it might look overwhelming to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. As I'm going through, you'll see that every time I go over something, a box appears about it. That means it's an individual image. So let me go back home and show you from scratch on how to do that, okay? So I'm going to choose my card again, my blank template. Now over here where it says uploads, this is where you can bring in any image that you want. So what I do is I save them to my desktop, like I admitted earlier, and I just pull them in here. So I hit upload image, they're all in here. Let me just, for sake, let's just see. I don't know what this is. I think it's already in here, but I'll show you what it is. It's very, very simple to do. You hit upload image and there it is. It's really that simple, guys. So now I take it over here. Whoa, that's way bigger than I wanted. So you just grab the corner and you resize it to the shape, to the size that you want. Keep in mind that this button here will shrink the image, but it will cut it off. To keep it to scale, you need to use the corner pieces. And we'll just keep going with this one. It's a cute little picture of an event we went to, a little leadership event. Then I'll grab another image, which I've already uploaded. We might put it here. Now let's say they overlap a little bit and I want this bottom image to kind of sit behind the image of the group of us up here. I'm gonna click on this image here of the room sprays. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna hit send back. Now you'll notice that it sits behind that image. So I just want it to sit like that. So for me, that gives me so that there's no space in between the two images. There's no white space basically. So you just grab that, resize your image. Now this is gonna take some time. Don't come in here and think you're gonna know exactly how to use Canva right from the get-go, especially if you've never worked in any other design program. I do some very basic design work in Cameo Silhouette, so I have some sort of understanding how some of this might work a little bit. But it really is easier than what you might think it is, because if you're just kind of scared to mess it up, then just delete it. It's totally fine. See this warmer? I'm gonna send this to the back, excuse me, this image. I'm gonna send that to the back because I didn't want to cover up the warmer that's in the image above it. Okay, so you get the idea there. Now, we've got all of that. Now we're gonna go over here to text. Again, you can pick one of these pre-sorted texts over here. Honestly, I really don't. Very, very rarely will I. You can change it. So for here, let me just make this smaller so it's easier for me to get it off this picture, right? So if it's Scentsy, I can type. I can't type when people are watching. Okay, so you can do that. Hope to see you there. And then copy soon. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff for the sake of the video. So you can certainly use these formats that are here and reformat the actual words to what you want. And then again, you grab the corner, you can take it, reshape it, resize it. You can put it wherever you want. You can do things like that. You can also change the color, which is up here. Can change that to red, purple, whatever. This color wheel in the top left will also allow you, let's say I want a pink. If I click on this pink down here and then click the rainbow up top, I can drag it all around, right? So it does give you different options like that. Okay, so I don't necessarily, although that is cute, I could use that in the next design, but I'm gonna click on it and I'm just gonna hit delete. And it is 3 separate boxes, so. Okay, so I'm gonna hit text. Depending on the image that you're working in or the, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically the file size will depend on how big this text is. Again, it's all relevant and you can resize just about anything. So, Scentsy Life, oops, we'll do that. I like to do different types of scripty fonts. My favorite is Lemon Tuesday. Again, this I know for a fact is a paid font. So if you don't have the paid version, you may not be able to get this font. And then we can let's take this and make it that color. We'll put it up here. We can resize it by grabbing the corner. Okay. Now, maybe I want something behind it. You guys have seen some of my designs lately and they have like a brush stroke appearance behind them. So come over here to the left to elements. Oh, look, they're already here because I use them. But you can simply type in what it is you want, or what you're looking for, and it'll give you the suggestions. And there are a lot. There is so many things that you can look through that this could cost you some time if you're constantly searching like me. Now this is white, so it's a little hard to see. So obviously I keep it over the image here just so I can see it, or I know that it's within this blue box. We're gonna do a green one. And I want it to go over here. Oh, perfect. Normally it would sit on top of that and I would have to tell it to go behind, like I've showed you earlier. So you can resize this. You can grab this little wheel and turn it if you want. You can pull it up so it's a little bit out of the picture if you wanted to do it that way. And then you can do this. But what I really want you to know, so let's say this is a, look at me not being able, sometimes they're hard to grab because especially if they're layered like this. So if you get this just the way you want, say this is perfect and this is exactly the way you want it to look, I want you to drag your mouse over both of those images, so to speak, right click and hit group. What that does is this makes this one image that you can move anywhere you want now. Okay, now you've decided, I don't think I want that. Move it down, right click, ungroup. Now they're separate again. So again, nothing is permanent, you guys. You know, don't be afraid to play around, because that's the only way you're going to learn. I'm sure there's things in here that Canva does that I'm not aware of either. Let's say this green blob is a little too dark and I want to loosen it up a little bit, make it a little lighter, a little bit more transparent. You can use this checkerboard looking icon where it says transparency, and you can grab the scale and make it what you want. Okay, so there's how you do that. Oops. You can also right click and copy, and then right click and paste. This will work for an image that you've created in here, but let's say there's just verbiage that you want to copy and paste. You actually need to use the Command C and Command V function of your keyboard in order for that to work. I'm a Mac, so I know on a PC it's a little bit different. Another thing I wanted to show you quickly was something like this image. It's a cute image. It's a watermark someone made for me. No, I don't know how to make it, so I do apologize for that. But if your background is white, you can't use it. So this little trick is something that I just learned and love. Again, I'm just going to I need to grab something solid for it to sit on, basically. So I'm going to grab this circle because I love this circle. And sometimes it gives me a hard time filling. Okay, it didn't. Sometimes I can't fill this circle in. I have to do it a couple of times. I don't know why. So I'm going to put that circle over there wherever I want it, and I'm going to drag this and put it on top. And I'm going to need to bring it, send the circle backwards, basically. Bring it forward. So then, whoops, and I got to grab the warmer image, resize it, and place it wherever I want within that circle. And then again, if you want, if it's good, the way you have it where you want, you can group it, make it all one image, and then completely resize it from there and place it wherever you want. So then everything is saved, it constantly saves things. You can name it up here, excuse me. So I'm just going to call it demo so I know what it is. And I'm going to hit this arrow and I'm going to hit download. Do not do PDF print. Generally speaking, I do a JPEG. You can do PDF standard. So I'm not going to download this one because I don't want this one. So, but I will show you how to do it. Let me go back to my design. I'll download this one for now, just to show you. So I'm going to hit download. PNG. PNG is just another, like a JPEG. If you didn't know that, it's a picture. Hit download. Here it is. I always do an export. Oh, perfect timing for it to clock. So I export it, felt samples, PNG, I save it to my desktop. With everything else, it becomes a hot mess. Now I want to print this. So I almost always print everything on cardstock. So in your printer options, I print 4 to a page, or depending on how big it is, you can go up to 16 per page. I wouldn't suggest that on something like this because it's going to be very, very small. So most generally speaking, I do 4. Once in a great while, I will do 6. And then I just look at, I'm clicking on the orientation in here to see what's going to give me the best quality image and the least amount of waste. And if I do 6 images, it looks like the vertical is the best option. If I go down to 4, it looks like I need to go to the landscape option to get the best one. And then you just quite simply, you hit print, which I'm not going to do because I'm not done with this image and I'm not wasting that amount of ink. So that's that's a basic quick rundown of how to Canva. The other thing I wanted to show you very quickly is, oh, I do need to open my workstation. Hold on one second, guys. Is how to create your party, share your party, and things like that. Oh, I probably should not go to my website. Well, we can, because from here I already have parties. So you want to click your open party. I always have my own open party. I'm going to confirm that. Now, specifically, I want to share, well, actually, let's go to bundles and saves. Specials, bundle and save. The counter clean has been exceptionally popular recently. So I'm already in my party because we've already confirmed it. And it says it right here at the top, if you guys can see where it says Jody's Online Scentsy. So I'm going to click on the image of the 3 counter cleans. Since I don't know what fragrance somebody wants, I'm not going to select my package. I'm not going to select the fragrances that I want in my counter clean. I just want to take my customer, I want to give them clear direction to get within my party to the product that they're asking about. So I've done that. We're in the party, we've confirmed it. I went to my bundle and save because we want them to get the very best bundle or price for their, for what they're buying. Now I'm simply going to click on it so that the entire URL, that's what this bar is called, is highlighted. I'm going to, and it make me look stupid. And we're going to copy it. Now, when you go, say, to Face Blabber, yes, that's what I call it, and you hit paste, this will appear. Now, it says it's fetching a preview. I don't want it to do a preview, so you click this X right here. I want to share personal images that I have saved. I don't know if they're even on this computer, so I'm just going to grab any image that I have. Grab those 3 images. You do that by hitting, if they're in a row like that, you can hit shift and select each image, and then you can upload all of them at once, okay? So now they have the 3 images that I want them to see that's related to that specific product or whatever the case is, and they have the direct link. The only thing I would change differently about this is I actually don't put this link in my post. I would write my post, I would do my images, and then I would put that link in the comments. And I would say, for more information or to be redirected, hit the link in the comments, because Facebook doesn't like it like that. Facebook doesn't like when the link is up here. I'm just showing you how to copy and paste and get it directly linked back to your party for the specific product. But I would actually put that link in my comments. So that's how you do it, guys. I hope, no, we don't want to post that. I hope I hope it helped. I hope that it gave you a little crash course on how to use Canva. And I hope that, I can't even find where my screen is. There we go. That it, it helps you and it gives you the confidence that you might need to just go in and play around in Canva. Again, I know lots of consultants who use their phone, and they use Over is another app, PicMonkey, and all of those. I can't. I'm a computer or a desktop girl. I can use WordSwag on my phone, and that's about it. Other than that, I like my keyboard. I like my big, huge monitor, and I like to be able to move things around like this. So that's how I do it. If you want more information, I'm sure YouTube is full of videos. And to be honest with you, I should probably head over there, because I'm sure Canva does more than even I know. I just know how to do what I need. And so I haven't ever learned more than that, because I'm like, I'm good. But head over to YouTube for more information. If you need any help with anything, you guys know you can always ask me. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. And I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend a few minutes with me. So we will chat again soon. Have a great one, guys.